Hello, welcome to Geeks Assembled. I am your host for Audio Heads, part of our presentations. We usually review things, usually from Big Finish production, but I have discovered another group, an American group of audio producers that basically just take live theater presentations with the good sound effects that they have that are really well produced and you can hear everything, and it's called the Los Angeles Theater Works, LA Theater Works. Not bad, not a bad group. And so this time, due to the fact that we haven't really reviewed an audio version of this, we are reviewing Sherlock Holmes and the Hound of the Baskervilles. It's of course Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, and of course it's a classic, and it's got a lot of charismatic. Has had some really charismatic presentation, but this time, yeah, it's no different. So I'm gonna shoot it on over to Lee because I just want to know if he caught the feeling of a Victorian sort of time frame or what.
Oh, right. Okay, dokie. Well, everybody sort of knows the story of the Hound of the Baskervilles. Like it's the back, like the back of your hand. Everybody knows it. Um, right. Do I do the? Shall I do me positives or me negatives first? I'll do me positives.
Uh, all right.
Um, Great acting from all, and also brilliant British accents from these Americans.
Hmm.
Um, they absolutely nailed some of the accents. And also, it was really good to hear the inclusion of Holmes's drug addiction.
Hmm.
That's usually kept out of the movies and things like that, in this TV series, and but they kept that in. Um, yeah,
Uh-huh.
as I say, the story is the same story as always. Someone is out to murder the new lord of the Baskervilles by this eerie story of this hound of death will appear and you will die. But it's not what it all seems, of course. Yeah, as you say, the sound effects. Okay, because you didn't tell me it was a stage play.
I didn't tell you it was a stage play.
Yeah, and now I go to the negatives.
All right.
Um, Having the audience participation with clapping, laughing, took me out of the story.
Oh.
I was enjoying
Uh,
the actual drama of it, the acting, everything like that. But once something funny was said, or there was something done, there was laughing, and no, I'm sorry.
uh,
Um, that just spoils it for me. I wanted the drama, I wanted that, and then you're getting all the, and I'm thinking, no, you've just taken me out of the story now. Um, and it happened quite a lot through it because
yeah.
there was some
Because it's
jokes.
good. Because it's good. And if it was just you sitting there, you would be laughing yourself, or you'd be like, but you didn't feel like you were with other people. So I
Yeah,
get it.
yeah.
I can see where you're coming from.
It's like when you watch a TV series, a comedy series, and it's canned laughter, or that annoys me.
Or it's
because
filmed before a live audience?
yeah, yeah, and you think no, it puts me off.
Oh, okay.
Um, but yeah, that's the main problem for me was the audience, the live interaction. I mean, it wasn't interaction with the actors wasn't interacting with the audience. It was just the audience responding to the jokes on stage or enjoying what's happening. Um, yeah, I just didn't like that at all. But for the production, I couldn't fault that. Um, as I say, there's a couple of names in the play that we know. Well, I know. I don't know if you realise Christopher Neame was in this,
Hmm.
who
Yeah.
played who played Skagra in Sharda,
Yes.
uh, and also James Masters,
Hmm.
who we all know as a lovable vampire
Hmm.
or Captain John. So and this time he's not putting a British accent on. It was
Uh, you
usually
would.
yeah, it's usually he plays characters with British accents because
Uh-huh.
he's damn fine good at it. But this time he had an American accent because he was playing oh, uh, what was his name? Baskerville. Is it not Charles?
Hank.
Hank. Yeah, Hank.
Henry.
Henry Baskerville. Yeah, he was the one whose life was in jeopardy. Um, I did like the rapport between Holmes and Watson. Watson was the butt of Holmes's jokes most of the time. This is where the audience sort of got me nerves. Uh, but great characterization from both of them actors. I've never heard those names before, so they must be the resident actors of that company, are they?
No, Jeffrey Aaron is he's in a lot of he's in a lot of telly and a lot of film stuff.
Well, I say his name doesn't ring a bell with me, so
Okay. And Seamus Dever as Sherlock.
hmm
Yeah, Orphan is the one, and Madam Secretary is another one with Jeffrey Ireland in it, and then Seamus Dever is he was on the the TV show Castle for a huge long time, like
right.
7 seasons, and he's done a lot of voice work too. But yeah,
Yeah, it's but as I say, it was a good production of the Conan Doyle story. But as I say, maybe I'm just not a theatre goer. You know, I don't know. It really grinded my gears every time the audience was heard. So back over to you, Susan.
all right. Well, Alexa, it was directed by Alexis Jacknow, and yeah, she was she was she's done a lot of things in a lot of places. She's been in New York in the on Broadway on a bunch of the Los Angeles productions, and so yeah, and then there was Darren Richardson as he as Barrymore. He was in a lot of things that you will have heard of him. The Judgment at Nuremberg, Pride and Prejudice, and he's done a lot of the. He's also done. He's worked a lot with BBC. He's a British actor, anyway. So there were some that were British, but some that weren't. So that was the good thing. And the other thing that was cool about this production was that it's one of about, oh, I'd say around 75, I think that I found, uh, produced by the LA Theater Works, and um, everything from Shakespeare to Henry Miller, just like everything. Arthur Miller also. Um, God, just so many different types and qualities of productions, and this one, uh, you know, it was it was it was full of humor. It was full of it it was full. They captured all of the humor. They captured all of the stunning sort of repartee, and they did it in a way that um, you're listening, and they don't have uh, a lot of extra exposition at all describing anything. So it really is very much Big Finish until you hear the clapping and the giggles. I don't know, Lee. I don't know how to make it better for you, but the production company has done so many things. There may be something else further on down the line that I might suggest that we do, because um, they do. I mean, they have uh, produced so many of the classics of theatrical works, and because uh, they do have a really amazing sound team that creates the space for you.
Yeah.
That's really what is sweet about this thing, and it uh, it really captured the fear. Um, I thought that Sarah Drew playing Beryl Stapleton. Oh my gosh, that was amazing. You know, she went from being, she caught the sense of like the psychic that she was. That was really amazing. And of course, James Mercer has done audio adventures for Big Finish. That was
Hmm.
one of the things that I was like, I asked him when he was in Boston for the Comic Con here. I was like, "Are you going to go back to your team with Big Finish?" And he's like, "As soon as they give me a call." It was like, "That's absolutely like my plan." So awesome. Anyway, um, about 2 hours long, an hour and a half long, something like that. Not too bad. And uh, yeah, they didn't have there wasn't any fluff in it. I mean, it went along at a good clip, and yeah, it was I thought it was really properly Victorian sounding. I don't know. I liked how they had Holmes, talk about cocaine, and then all of a sudden, he was like, Watson's like, just be careful with that shit. You know, it can really hurt you. That was great because and then there was like there were the the other doctor too. Anyway, um, so yeah, just fun to listen to uh, Holmes and Watson as usual. Yeah, and so you've given your positive bits and your negative bits. Is there anything that stood out to you in terms of?
I did like the portrayal of the cousin, the I can't remember his name now. The cousin who was the getting Watson's names wrong all the time. That was a bit of the comedic part. But then it turns out it was Holmes in disguise, of course.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, that was quite a good portrayal because, as we all know, in the Hound of the Baskervilles, Holmes is hardly ever is hardly in it.
Right.
It's more it's more of a Watson investigation. Um,
Yeah.
but Holmes is there in the background watching. Um, but yeah, as I say, I've done my negatives, I've done my positives. So, do you want to hear my final say and score, or
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead.
just because of the audience taking me out of drawing me out of the story, and it's going to get 7.5 painted hounds out of 10. It just took me out. It just kept taking me out of the. And you know when that happens, because it's happened to you before on other things. If something takes you out of the story, it takes a while for you to get back into it. But this was happening on quite a lot of occasions, so you was in and out of the story all the time. For me
Yeah.
personally,
Yeah. Yeah. I would. Yeah. I would say sorry. Didn't. Um. I didn't bother telling you ahead of time.
yeah, there's no
But
reason to apologise.
it's a good. They're a good troupe and good, wonderful production and yeah, I will give this. I'll give this 9 because I really liked it. I really did, and I really like these I mean as an addition to my listening. I'm finding them incredibly enriching, and so I'll give this um, 9 portraits of the old the old
The
Lord
old,
of the Manor
the old
out of
Baskerville.
10. The old Baskerville. Uh, and it's that's us. That's it for me, Susan Baskerville. Just kidding. So yeah, to join us to talk about these things, please do talk to Lee.
Hmm. I need someone to
Message
talk.
message below, and also leave a comment below. And as you're going to probably subscribe to our channel because you'll really like our content, you can hit the bell notification, and at that point you can receive our notifications that we're putting
Yeah,
out material like a couple times a week. And
yeah,
we'd also like to invite you to join our social media. Um, yeah, and leave comments everywhere that we are. We're on X, Facebook, um, Instagram, and Lee is a good host, so join us in our Facebook group and you talk to him there. So, okay, and thank you for watching our video, and we're also reviewing this weekend a something that could be kind of the same kind of thing, getting stuck on the mire, on the Quigley Mire or whatever. This is called X the Unknown. And just another of those, don't get caught on the moor all by yourself because, it's just horrible what happens out there. If you're not eaten by a hound, y'all might end up disintegrated by some alien goo. I don't know. Or maybe it's not alien. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, do
Susan,
enjoy our
Susan's
podcast.
rambling. Susan's rambling again.
I anyway,
Okay.
thanks. Bye.